Daybreak
Does that surprise me in the least that Bly chose Daybreak for game number 3?
Zerg chose Daybreak. I
Zerg
cannot
has
believe
chosen
it.
Daybreak.
Cannot believe it, Frodan.
In other news, Seattle has experienced rain again. Right? Like that's just just every Zerg loves this map, I guess, in ZVP. Actually, no, not all Zergs like it, but most Zergs find it very conducive to their playstyle, especially if you want to play Standard. Now, Standard is not what we've been seeing this entire series. Honestly, Andre, I've been finding the series a little bit harder to kind of cast because it's just been so off the cuff, but it's been kind of cool. It's been kind of
Bly
cool.
has definitely made Cats look like a Standard player. I mean, that's how off-the-wall crazy he's been. He's been cray. Straight up cray, as Rotterdam would say.
Yeah, it's really tough to kind of even play. It's just, well, what can I really expect? How many situations have you been in where that relates to you? Because you've been playing a lot of Zerg. How many times have you been in that kind of scenario? Where
I've never been in that situation.
No. So it's really tough, and it requires a lot of strong understanding of what your race is capable of, what their race is capable of, and actually really test your ability to handle not just crisis, but general disadvantage and like a place of discomfort. And that's a skill that's really hard to measure in StarCraft II.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, crisis management is actually some of the coolest stuff, I think, in StarCraft II, because you don't really understand the pressure until you're actually put into that situation. A lot of people are like, oh, we should have just done this. But literally what happens...
Yeah, they're like, wow, they played so awful. This guy should have just obviously done this.
There's a list of like 6 or 7 or 8 different things that you have to do within, like, you're thinking 2-3 seconds, and it's an overload. Oh my gosh. We'll get back to it. But it's an overload. It's an overload of concepts, and sometimes people just cannot handle it. And at that point, a lot of players actually crumble and break. And I'm sure those of you that are on, playing continuously on ladder, whatever league you're at, you've been in that situation where it's like, oh my gosh, it feels like I have a grasp on things for normal games, 95% of my games, but this is not a case where I'm comfortable. And Bly is yet again doing something where he's like, yes, please, look at me. Look at me. I don't care about early game.
And the pro sees it too. Oh, Bly, man, I guess this is his standard ZVP. And Bly feels very, very comfortable in this position. We're talking about being able to deal with discomfort, but how about this? Just bringing Overlords so you can completely spine crawler rush the front. Now, Boyo recognizes this. I mean, the good thing is he's scouted. Now he knows. But Daybreak, is it really good for this kind of play? I guess since Bly picked it, he knows.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay.
I'm not sure if it's particularly beneficial compared to the other map we saw in Metropolis.
But please put down more cannons. Please, Boyo, please. Please put down more cannons.
He's placing another point. He's going to wall off so the Zerglings can't get in. But I don't think that's his point of concern. He's going to have to worry about these 3 drones.
Cannons, 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 cannons.
Yes. 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 Ooh, cannon on the high ground. That's what he needed to do. Yep. All right, so the way he wants to do this is just continue to force the spine crawlers off, but at the same time, the Overlords do provide vision, so you can't get overconfident with that. And
more cannons.
I want to see how Bly transitions out of this. Is he just going to go straight into, again, the same thing we saw last time, mass speedlings, and go into banelings? And yes, the baneling nest has just started.
Yes, sir.
So I guess Bly is just going to really go for this once again. And Boyo, he's going to lose everything in the front, but I guess he's just going to transition completely normally. He's getting a cybernetics core and pretend like nothing ever happened from his point on.
And put down a pylon now. Pylon, Boyo. It's like I'm playing as Boyo. BE, go. BE. Right there. Right there. Because there could be a potential these actually get blown down, and then you just snipe. Oh, no, not over there, Boyo! Oh, God, please put down another pylon right now.
Well, the thing is, Boyo doesn't know banelings are coming up as a follow-up. He's got a probe patrolling the natural. And Bly's also trying to see if he can aggressively rush this photon cannon as well. And he's going to have 2 spine crawlers to 1 cannon, so he's going to be able to definitely force it off. And now this forge is under siege. Now these 4 cannons do represent a lot of ability to hold off the Zerglings, but how many banelings will Bly end up making? He's got enough gas for around 8 almost.
Yep.
Or is he going to even go for it? No, he just runs by because the hole has been exposed. And now that's whoa.
You need to actually wall off the top of this ramp.
Yeah. Wow.
And Boyo's dead.
And yeah, it doesn't even matter what Boyo does. He's just going to abandon all of his probes to his natural.
He has no forge. He has nothing of value down here.
No,
There's going to be a huge baneling hit.
Yeah, he
oh, Boyo. Boyo, Boyo, Boyo.
Oh, Boyo, Boyo, Boyo.
What I like to do when I'm up against this, I actually do a pylon wall over here. And even though, I mean, of course, the spine crawler is going to hit me, like my cannons have to go as far forward as possible because you want to give a lot of room against baneling all-ins like this.
Yeah, I mean, now he's finishing up his wall, but he's suffered a lot of damage.
And what's going to happen? You're going to see all of these spine crawlers just push forward. Is this enough cannons to kill all of the banelings? No.
Yeah,
they don't even need to be
baneling crash
turned into banelings. He could just keep them. But Bly.
Ooh, and he's got everything powered by 2 really close pylons as well. If he focuses the banelings onto the pylons, then all the cannons are depowered. This is looking very much like the end of the run for Boyo's qualifier.
Yep. And if Bly actually doesn't act pretty soon, he could potentially lose this. No, this forge is so close to finishing.
What do you mean he's going to lose it?
Because look, there's a complete wall off. Nope, there's a slit on top right here, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's that very small little edge where Zerglings can kind of flank. And Bly knows as long as he hits those pylons, he'll be nice and safe. He's going to go from 2 different directions. Banelings from the top of the ramp, and banelings from the complete front of the natural. The probes are all being pulled immediately, and the pylons are not protected. It doesn't even matter. He's going to go straight for the cannons. And all the probes are trying to jam their way in, but now the spine crawlers are officially been planted. G gets called out. And just like that, Bly takes game number 3 in Bly fashion.
Okay. Spine crawler rushes, smash face apparently. That's the 2 games he won.
It's a really powerful build if you catch Protoss off guard. And apparently, according to Bly, even if you scout it, he's still going to execute it really well.
Yeah.
And now I have a new build for next season.